Hello, everyone. My name is Peter Masrat, and I have a background in research with a PhD in microbiology. I work at Alfasoft, and today I want to talk to you about EndNote. I got started working with EndNote because I realized how much time and energy researchers waste handling references manually, and people still do. Like figuring out if a title should be bold or not, finding the reference, and so on. Honestly, I didn't even know reference management software existed until I was halfway through my PhD, and I still remember ordering journal articles from the library, waiting a couple of days, and getting back stacks of paper copies that kept piling up in the office. And sometimes it was just nightmare to find the correct paper, and I knew there was something I remembered on a paper, but you couldn't find it. So today I'm here to show you how EndNote can save you from all that and make your research process both smoother and easier, hopefully. You can see some contact information here, and just get in contact with us if you have any questions, and we can help you if it's whether it's regarding EndNote licensing or anything else. You can also see our support page, where you can find a lot of articles, a lot of how-to articles, and you can also create support tickets, and we are several people that can help you with that. Let's have a look at the agenda today. So I know we're a very mixed audience here. We have participants who used EndNote for a long time. We have participants who's never seen EndNote before, so it's going to be a tricky situation to give you all something that you would like to see and learn from. But I'll show you some basics. We'll create the library, we'll import some references and fill it with some information, and we'll look how we'll see how you can use EndNote in Cite-While-You-Write, in writing your document in Word, for instance. And then we'll also try to get modern and introduce some AI to you. So how can you use EndNote and AI? In this case, I'll show you ChatGPT. How can you use them together? And this will be based on your on requests that we get from users. Before I go on, I just want to show you that I was going to tell you that we also, if you want to learn more, we offer courses and trainings on a regular basis. We have trainings for all our biggest products in multiple language, English, Swedish, Norwegian, German, and so on. All teachers in all our products have many years of experience, both in the product and also in using it in actual life. And we give you we post new courses regularly. If you are interested in this, we offer now a 10% discount on our EndNote and NVivo courses for the rest of 2024. All you have to do is use this code Alfasoft 2024, and I'll just show you quickly how you find our trainings and where to put that code. So if you go to our website, Alfasoft.com, you will have training at the top here. And if you click on that, you will see all our trainings listed in a long list. But you can also go by categories. So if I go to EndNote here, I will just see the EndNote trainings. Here they're all coming. I'm just taking the last one here, the next coming up. And if you scroll all the way down past all the information, past where you sign up and register, at the very bottom here, let's take this away. At the very bottom, you have the coupon code, and here you add Alfasoft 2024, and you will get 10% straight off. Enough about that. Let's see what we have. So, what is EndNote? I take this because it's quite important to understand this. I usually bring this up. So EndNote is a tool to search online databases. for reference information. It's a tool for you to organize your references, attach full text PDFs, other attachments, other files, find all that information. It's a tool to create bibliographies in your documents. So you can add citations and create bibliographies and format them as you want. And it's also something can help you to work basically faster and easier by using find full text, for instance. And of course, you can share your references with our other colleagues. I'll mention something more about that later on. So, what is EndNote really? Well, in the bottom line is that EndNote is a database, and on top of that database is placed an interface specialized for reference handling. That brings with it, so it's a database. All databases need to live locally on your computer. Databases are not built to live in the cloud in any way, so you should always save it locally on your computer. But you can use it for a lot of things. We have customers using it for references, Q&As that they share worldwide, internationally. Knowledge bases, support, inventory, museums use it for inventories, for instance. So you can use it for a lot of things. But just remember that it's a database, so it's very flexible. It's not like an Excel sheet where you just add information. It's a database, so basically you need to tell EndNote, not add just add information. You need to tell EndNote what that information is that you're adding. When you buy an EndNote license, you get what we call the best of two worlds. You get more, but you can also stay in control. So you get access to EndNote, something called EndNote Web, which is online service for your EndNote reference database, and I'll call it library from now on, the EndNote reference database. You can use your EndNote locally installed on your computer. You can sync that information to your EndNote web account, which means you just need a web browser to access it if you want to. By syncing that, you can also sync it to other computers. And they are quite generous when it comes to licensing the producer of EndNote. So if you buy an EndNote license, you can actually install it on 3 devices of your own choice. So you can have it on your computer at home, you can have it on your laptop, and at your computer at work, for instance. And via this EndNote Online or EndNote Web, you can sync your references between all these devices. There's also an iPad app that you can sync to and have access to your references that way. What's good with this is that you also have the choice. You can also share your references with up to 1,000 people, other users. But you can also choose not to use EndNote Web, so and only work locally on your computer. So it's up to you. You have the choice of both. With that said, I'm gonna go and over to EndNote, and we'll have a look at EndNote instead. So let's see if we can. When you start EndNote, you need to create an EndNote library, and we will do that just to give you an overview what we're going to do. So I'm going to create an EndNote library. I'm going to show you how you can get information into an EndNote library, and then we'll take a little bit of a detour into the whole AI, the new AI life that we're living in. And as you probably know, when it comes to AI, it's very hyped right now. It's extremely useful, and almost all producers of software are trying to introduce AI into their software. And the same will, of course, be for EndNote. It's not there yet, but rest assured that we'll see AI in EndNote as well. I'm going to create a library, and the first thing that EndNote asks me is where to save my library. So I'm just going to save it here, and I call it library 1. and it opens up on my other screen. So here's my library. It's empty right now. I have no information in it. There's different ways you can add information. Of course, you can do it manually, which is a tedious way. I'll show you how to do that quickly. I can just click on this plus sign here, add a new reference. I will get this reference window where I'll tell it that it's a journal article that I want to add. I'll add my name to it, the year, and we'll call it Alfasoft presentation, just to have something in there. And it's of course Alfasoft journal. For any of you who's looking and paying attention, you can see that some of these fields turn red and some are still black. The ones that turn red are connected to what's called a term list. So EndNote basically compares whatever I write to a term list, a list of terms here based on my library, and it tells me that, okay, so this author is a new author. I highlight it in red so you know that this is a new author, or you misspelled it. The journal is also new, so I'll take that in red as well. I'm finished. I'll click save, and I've saved my reference for me. So in this main window, I see my references in different rows. I can preview the reference to the right here, where I can see a preview. This is hardwired into the system. I cannot change what's being shown here. I can click on Edit tab here, and I can edit my reference. And if I have a PDF, I can of course look at the PDF here. So this is one way to get it. Down below here, we can see how this journal looks in different output styles. This is just a preview of how it looks. So that's fine. We added some references here. Now I want to show you a quick way or an easy way to get information into here. So I'm going to go to PubMed. I'm starting up my web browser here, and I'm using Firefox for this. Remember, when you're browsing the web or using any functionality on the web, whatever you do, different web browsers like Firefox, Chrome, Microsoft Edge, Safari on Mac computers, they all handle the technology different. So some of them supports supports this technology, while others doesn't support that technology. So if you come into problems, I always suggest try a different web browser as well to see if it works with that, because then it's up to the web browser. The problem is in the web browser, not on the service itself. So remember that. I'm going to PubMed here in this case, and I'm just going to search for quickly nutrition. Let's search for that. I will getting some information here. I just want hits that have free full text availability, and I'll go for the last year only. Once I'm done, I can highlight the references that I would like to add here. So I'm just going to add a few, these top 4. Once I'm done, I go to send to, I click on Citation Manager. Make sure that I get whatever I've selected, create file, and now this file is downloaded and automatically, let's see where my EndNote is. It's automatically added to my EndNote library. So here are the ones you can see to the left where we have our group panel. You can see a new group called imported references, and these are the 4 references that I added. I'm just going to take one of these, and I'm going to make a copy because of course I want to show you the copies. So I'm going to take one. I need to fake a little bit here. So I'm going to take away some information for us. There we go. So that's a quick way to get information into EndNote, of course. There's an even quicker way, maybe, and that is to use EndNote's built-in functionality. So I can click on this online search here. I see a few the most commonly used. These are the online databases that I've been using lately. If I click on the plus sign here, I will get a list of several thousand online databases. Not all are free, of course. Some are subscriptions, but they are there. The libraries, like Library of Congress, are often free. But I'll go click on PubMed. If I click on PubMed, you can see it says PubMed everywhere here. And that means I'm right now connected to PubMed. So I'm going to search, in this case, I'm going to search for the title and the word nutrition again. And I want it to be year 2020 from 2024. I click search, and EndNote will search PubMed and show me then 3,000 results. I'll just take a few results here. These ones I want to keep. You can see if you look to the right here, you can see that I can actually preview that reference, and I can see the abstract as well. So I can see, okay, is this something that I want or not? But I want these. I'll click on this plus sign here. And right now, if you look up to the left here, you will see all references, 6. If I click on this plus sign, it now says all references 11, because these references were added to my library. So right now, these are all the references I have in my library quickly. And you can see there are different amounts of information here. Mostly you do get the abstract, for instance, and any abstracts and some links and accession numbers and so on and so forth. When you start building your library, you will of course end up with a lot of duplicates in the sooner or later, especially as it grows and gets really big. And that's when it comes in that you're actually working with a database and not an Excel sheet, for instance. So there is a functionality to find that. If I go to library here, you have find duplicates. In the preferences, you can set up what EndNote should compare, but as a default, it compares. It's set to compare author, title, and year, and reference type. But if I click on this, it will check all my references, see if it finds any duplicates. It did find some duplicates. And if I scroll this, you can see that this, I can either keep this reference or keep this reference. You will see that some fields here are highlighted. That means they differ between them. And the scrolling is synchronized. So I can easily see, okay, there are some differences here. What's new, what's been added is that instead of doing this, clicking manually, keep this reference or keep this reference, or seeing all my duplicates in a long list, I can now choose what should be my primary reference. So I can say, okay, I want to keep the newest ones, so the references that I added latest to my library. So let's say I have duplicate 1 was added 5 years ago, 1 was added today. Well, newest would mean that I would keep the ones added today. Or you can go the other way around, oldest. So you keep the one from 5 years that you added 5 years ago instead of the one that you added today. Sometimes that's preferable, since the one that you added 5 years ago, you most likely already used somewhere. Or you can go for most complete. So in this case, I can go for most complete, and the ones that are most complete will be kept in my library. And I can say, okay, keep all primary reference. So the most complete are my primary. I keep all, and then it will just go through all my references, take away all the duplicates, and keep in only the references that are most complete in their information. And I believe this could save a lot of time for you. So this is some ways to get information into EndNote, and this is where we're going to start. Yes, to see if I'm correct. This is the first time I'm running this AI part here. So let's see that. So a lot of people contact us and ask us, okay, so I have an old document, for instance, or old manuscript with a reference list, and I want to add that reference list into EndNote. Or they find a journal online, so that's what we're going to do here. See if I can get this going. Here we have, so here I have a published article, and if I scroll down to the end here, you will see that we find, okay, so here's a reference list that we have, and I would like to add these references into EndNote. The problem working with the database, the good part working with the database is that in a database you not only have the information, but the database knows what all the informations are. It knows that this information is an author, this information is a title, this information is, and so on and so forth. The problem with the information I have here is that there's no way for EndNote to understand, okay, so it can guess what's the author here, what's the title, if we take a look at this, just show you. So we probably have the publication year here. There's a volume and an issue and a page number. The problem is that all of these, the ways that the references are presented here, it differs. This is the reason for EndNote to exist also. There's no standard here. They all look different in different papers, in different journals. Different universities has their own way to show them. And this is where we'll try and use AI to our advantage. So what I'll do is I'll see if I can get this correct. So I'm going to take this. I'm just going to take the first seven references here, and I'm going to copy them. And we'll go to a web browser, and we'll go to ChatGTP. I'm using ChatGTP, the free version, so I don't pay anything for this. This is just the free version I'm using. And so you can all do that. Just create an account if you want to use it, if you haven't used it before. And I'm going to ask ChatGTP, let's see if I, there we go. So I'm going to ask ChatGTP, and I'm just going to prompt here, please write this reference list in RIS format. So what is RIS format? Well, RIS format is a standard format, basically a research information system. It's a format that EndNote can actually read. So I will just add that. So what I have here is please write this reference list in a RIS format, and I just pasted whatever I copied from my PDF file in this case. And I'll run this, and hopefully ChatGPT can help me. So here is the reference list format in RIS. Excuse me. And here you can see what happens when you do this. What happens is that I get what's called a tagged format, and this is what I need to import into EndNote. So there's a tag here telling EndNote, my database EndNote, that okay, so if it says TY, it means, and then comes the type, the reference type. Then if it's an AU, that means there's an author name. TI, then it's whatever is there, that's the title, and so on. So this information I can use in EndNote. This information EndNote can understand. Let's see if it's done here. This is correct format for exporting references in RIS. Let me know if you need any further. No, I'm happy. So I'm going to copy this information that I got. So I'm going to copy this code. I'm going to go to my text editor. This is normal. This is just Notepad because I need to save it as a text file. I'm just going to paste whatever I copied. And this is everything. Yes. Everything is here. So I'm happy. I'm going to save this somewhere where I can find it. Save. I need to find it, save it in as a text file, and I'll do that. And I'll call it just res format so I can remember it. So I'm going to save it. We're done. I'm going to go back to my EndNote. Here we go. And then I'm going to import this file. So I'm going to go to File, Import, File. I'm going to ask EndNote to import my my file. Let's see if we can find it. There it is. Res format. This is just the text file that I imported. So we'll do that. So I'll click Open. Again, we're talking about the database here. I can just I cannot just or I'm not allowed to just add information without telling a database what is this information. So in this case, I need under import option to tell EndNote what it is. So it's a res file. It says reference manager here. Reference manager was one of the first softwares that used this res. So I'm going to choose that, and I click import. And I'm importing. So this is the information that I got imported from this this list. And I just took the first 7, but you can do this for a reference list with 50. But we're not quite done with this list. First of all, I want this. I want to hide. First of all, I want to mark these references for my own sake, so I know that I had the help of AI to create these. And if we look at the reference here, and if I go to edit file here, there is a field called, let's see if I have it here, research notes field. Self-explanatory. It's a field for your notes as a researcher. So I'm going to take all of these, and I want to again use my database functionality. I'm going to go to, let's see if I remember correctly here, under library. I will go to change, move, and copy field because that's what I want to do. I want to change a field. So here I can use the database functionality in EndNote. I'm going to go to my research notes field because that's the field I want to add stuff to. There we go, research notes. I want to insert before any existing text in this field. I want to I'm going to write imported from article, let's say via AI, chat GPT. And I'm going to say, okay, it will warn me and tell me, okay, I'm going to add this information that you just wrote to all of these references. Is this cannot be undone? Do you want me to do this? Why it's warning you is because you can also go in here and say, okay, delete all the authors, and this cannot be undone. So it's a powerful tool, and that's why it's warning you. But I'm going to say, okay, it's done. It's ready. If I go to one of these now and have a look in the edit field here, I'm going to scroll down, and you will see that in the research notes, it now says imported from article via ChatGPT. Okay, fine, I'm happy, but I'm still not happy. If we look at this references, if I go through them quickly, you will see that, of course, the only information I get is the information from the reference list. There's no no links, no abstract here. If I click on the edit field here and go down, you will see there are no keywords, no abstract, nothing. And when I'm working in EndNote, of course, I want all this information because everything is searchable here. I'm building my own database. But that's quite easily. I'm just going to highlight all of this references. I'm going to right click on them and I'm going to say, okay, please EndNote, go online and see if you can find any reference updates for these. So what EndNote does, it goes online and searches for reference updates in different databases. some reason everything opening up on my other screen here. So this is the result I get. Again, these are available updates. These are my reference in this case. And you can see again, some fields are highlighted in gray, which means they differ. So if I go down here, you can see that the journal, well, it's a dot there, and it's not the dot at the end. If I go further down, I have the DOI numbers and everything. I have some legal notes. I have the keywords. I have the abstract for me. So I'm happy. I'm just going to say, okay, I'm happy with this. Update all fields. Do this for all of these references for me. And it will run through them for me. You can also say, ask EndNote to, I was a little bit fast there, but you can also, instead of say updating all fields, you can ask EndNote, okay, or just update the fields that are lacking information. So I recommend you to do this on your current, if you already use EndNote. So on a regular basis, do this. Check for updates and see if there's anything that should be added. So what we have here now is that a lot more information. In this one, it did find a link to the article. It added the abstract. If I look on the edit field here, it will have added the keywords for me. It will have added a lot of information here. On top of that, I can, of course, let's see if I can get back here. Summary. So I'm just going to take 3 because I can see that we're running out of time here. So I'm going to take 3 of these references on top of that, and I'll ask EndNote with this little magnifying glass there. Okay, please search the web for any full text articles to this one. And you can see to the left here that it's searching right now for full text articles to see if it finds. And if it finds any, it will add them as a paperclip here for me to access. And you can see that it's already added. So I just did this for 3. You can do it for up to 250 at the time. It did find the full text PDF for all of them. So if I look at the first one here, you can see there's the added PDF is added here, and I can, on this PDF marker here, I can preview this PDF. And I can't stress this enough. EndNote will also take all the information, all of this information in the PDF, and index this information. We're talking about a database again. So when you search in your EndNote library, you can also search all the content of the PDFs. So it's a huge tool, a very strong, effective tool to have access to. Now I can see we are short of time here, and I want to go to Word now instead, and see if we can. I can show you how to use EndNote in Word quickly, because we are going to use EndNote AI here as well. So if I do this and I go to, this is my Word document. I'm going to zoom in so you can see a little bit more. I will have a toolbar up here called EndNote 21. In this case, if it says the version number, it means you're connected to your local EndNote. If it doesn't say the version number, it only says EndNote, that means you're connected to your EndNote web account instead. Yes, you can work directly to EndNote web instead, which means you don't even need to have EndNote with you if you're out traveling. All you need is a internet connection. I'm just going to add a reference here. So I'm going to click on this magnifying glass here. It will give me a search window on my other screen, of course. It will search for anything. It's a quick search. It searches everywhere for this. I'm going to just put 2024 and search for that. It will show me all the references from 2024, including the Alfasoft presentation. I can preview it here. I'm just going to add some. So I'm going to add this, and it will add it. I have activated all more than 7,000 output styles in EndNote. That's why it takes a little while now, because EndNote needs to scan all 7,000 output styles for me before it can format my references. But now it's formatted. Here it is. Here are some more. I'm just going to add a few more here. I'm taking the short because I want to show you something here. So I'm going to add a few more here. I'm just going to click on. I'm actually going to go to EndNote. I am going to highlight a few here. So these I want to add. I can click on this insert citations where I left my cursor. So I'll do that and we'll add. And now you see it's already loaded all my output styles. So it's much faster. Are we happy with this? No, I'm going to add one more. I'm doing this quite fast, I know, but I want to show you something here. So I'm going to add an additional one here, and I'm just going to take one and add it. And as you can see, if we look at it right now, it's I'm using APA6 style, which is a common style that covers a lot of articles and yes. I can easily change that. I can click on this and I can say, okay, I don't want that. I want to use the Harvard style, which is another commonly used style that covers thousands of journals. So all I do is I click on this and all my licenses, all my citations and all my my references is immediately formatted into the correct format here. I'm going to take a numbered one just to show you what it looks like. And this is, of course, where you save a lot of time. But I'm going to go with the APA6. So I have my reference list here. It's formatted according to APA6. Let's see how it looks like, what I have. Yes. I know, because I know what APA6 looks like. I can already see that there are some things that's not the way it should be. For instance, I know that this, which is the name of the journal, this is in a abbreviated form here, and it's not supposed to be in an abbreviated form in the APA6 format. But if you're using a style that you don't know anything about, well, it's hard to know. I mean, I don't want to send this to an editor and then I get it back and I have all this job that I have to fix, all this work I have to fix this reference list. And I could have done that before and saved myself some work. Well, I'm going to take this reference list. I'm just going to copy it, and let's go back to our ChatGPT again. And then I'm going to say, okay, ChatGPT, please check this reference list according to the APA 6 style guideline. There we go. So I'm asking ChatGPT, okay, can you check that this looks correct? The way this is the way this is formatted, this list. Please check the reference list according to the APA 6 guidelines. So let's do that. And this is a reminder also that we are, I think it's the next session is about NVivo, an analyst tool, analytical tool for unstructured data, like for instance, interviews, where we will also talk a little bit about AI, and also we have a whole session with only AI where you get some really nice tips how to use the current AIs. But let's ask EndNote ChatGPT to check this. So okay, here's the references with corrections according. Oh, I don't want corrections. So you need to be on your toes when you're talking to these AIs. For instance, it's looking according to APA 6. I've done this before, of course, I've tried it. And you need to be on your toes a little bit because it did check it for me and said, okay, it's not supposed to look this. key corrections made. So it does give me, you see, it shows me the corrections here, correction, correction, and you can see that journal titles should be in title, case, and italics. Should be replaced by this. Yes, in title case, journal name italics replaced with. Of course, it didn't give me the exact same result that I got before, but it did find the journal articles. So let's ask it some more. Let's ask it, okay, was this according to APA 6, because APA 6 is not the latest version, or APA 7th. I wanted APA 6. So it did mix them up, which can be interesting to know. So anyway, this is one way to do it and see, because before I did this before, and it's, as we all know, these AIs are almost living entities. So it gives you a little bit of different advice here. Before it did tell me to instead that excuse me, it did tell me that the journal title should be non-abbreviated. It should be the full name. Instead, it didn't tell me this time, but it changed them all, so they are not abbreviated. They are full journal names. And if I go and look at my my document here, you can see that instead I have these abbreviations instead. Either you can do this manually. I don't recommend that you change this manually. Instead, I recommend, I'm going to show you this quickly. I recommend that, I talked about term lists before. I recommend that you go into your library, you go to the term lists, you go to the journal term list. You remember that the journal name was red because it checked if they were in a term list. So here I have my term list. I'm actually going to do it like this so I can show you. So beforehand. So these are a preview, and you can see here that they are the journal names are abbreviated everywhere. And it's the way I have them in my EndNote. That's how I got them from the online database or from the reference list here. But I'm going to go to the journal term list. I know I'm running out of time here, but I want to show you this anyway. I'm going to delete these terms because they're based on my current information here. Instead, I'm going to go to the list here. We have this information on our knowledge base, our support page, how to. In the journals here, I don't want to update, I want to import a list. And the reason they're not activated from the beginning is because different fields, research fields, have different standards here. So I'm just going to take one, the medical one. I'm going to import that, and I just imported almost more than 14,000 journal names with the abbreviations that I need. So I'm happy. I'm going to click on here are my list right now. So I have more than 14,000 with all the different abbreviations. I'm going to click on close here, and now EndNote can actually change between let's see if we can find the journal. So this is what I have in my database. It's an abbreviation, but in my EndNote can now translate into the full journal name here. Let's go back to my document again here. So I have them as abbreviations. I'm just going to ask EndNote to update this citation again. So now I have the full journal name wherever it finds this. It doesn't find it everywhere for all of them, but the ones that are missing, you can update in the journal term list, and you don't have to do this work manually for all of them anymore. Let's see what I'm doing here. So I know I have to end, otherwise I will get my my colleagues waiting on my back here to see if I. So I'm just gonna run with this quickly. Give me 1 second before you cut me off. I just want to show you again this information about our trainings. If you want to, please sign up and use this code Alfasoft 2024 to get the discount that we offer right now. And you can also subscribe to our newsletter where we give updated free webinars and tips how to use our products and so on. You do that on our website, Alfasoft.com. At the very end, scroll way down, and there you can subscribe if you want to. Yes. Not that much time for questions, I realize, but at least I showed you some of how you can use AI to get information into EndNote, and I hope that was useful. And with that, I would like to thank you for your time today.
Thank you very much, Peter. This is a new record. We actually have 8 to 10 minutes before next webinar. You usually just give me 30 seconds.
Do we have time for questions, or do we need that time?
Yeah, let's do a few quick ones. I think I've covered most of the questions coming in through your presentation. There's one here about Google Docs and I guess also Word Online, so Office 365 Online. So when you're writing in a team, is there any, can you do that with EndNote? So insert citations from your library and stuff.
Yes, it's nice that that you asked. With the new version EndNote 21 and the latest update now, you can actually you get an EndNote toolbar or EndNote integration both in Google Documents and in Word Online as well. And with Word Online, you can also use it both your document both online, Word Online, and you can add references, and then you can open it offline, so to say, locally on your computer, and keep on using those references and updating those references. The toolbar or the integration in Google Docs, for instance, is connected to your EndNote web account. So if you're gonna work together as a group, I suggest that someone is the admin of a common library. You sync that to your EndNote web account, and then you share that among all the other users in their EndNote web accounts, and they can all use the same references then in Google Documents. We have an article in our knowledge base on our support page here of how to do this, how to get the toolbar in integration in Google Documents, but it works.
Yep, thank you. There's also a question about how to add PDF files to your library, and I know there's ways to do this.
So you said I had half an hour.
Yeah, that's why I was afraid to ask this. So please, if you can just show a few of the ways.
Yes, I'll do that.
Drag and drop and
this time
import.
one of the nice ways to do it is that you can actually you can drag and drop, of course. So if I have some PDFs here on my computer, basically, I can take one of these and I can drag and drop it. I don't know if you see that there's a plus sign here. So now I'm going to drag it to this Kim from 2020, and if I drag it, it's added as a PDF here or a paperclip, and I can preview the PDF in here as well. But there's another way. I can actually go and file and import PDF. So if you have, I'm just going to show with a single PDF, but you can do it with the whole folder, up to 250 PDFs at the same time. But I'm going to do it with a single file here. Let's see if I can find this quickly. I have some PDFs. So I'm going to take this with the it's also set up so the name here doesn't make sense. And there's a reason for that. I'm going to import that. Again, I need to tell it that it's a PDF. It's a database. I need to tell it what it is. It's a PDF. When I click import, it actually goes online. It scans it. It goes online, tries to find the information, reference information. So it creates the reference information for me automatically, and it attaches the PDF automatically for me, and I can look at it. And you can do this for 250 PDFs at the time, a whole folder for you. So it's really convenient to get PDFs into EndNote as well.